Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A Mother's Dream premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine, it's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys, we're just the good guys. Whoa.
BH. I mean, this episode's about to be so darn Jewish. I don't know. It's like, this is like a deli meetup. We're here with the great Ben Soffer and Jonah Platt.
Thanks
for having me,
Jonah.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Baruch
We were
Hashem.
discussing just before this that we have a little Jewish geography to play, I'm sure.
You guys went to a similar camp growing up?
Yes,
Yeah.
Camp Ramah, the
Ramah.
one and only Jewish sleepaway camp of kings.
It's the quintessential conservative Jewish camp.
That's right.
They are everywhere, from Massachusetts, Canada, California. We call it the Berkshires, even though it's New York. They hoodwinked us. It's 90 minutes from Manhattan. They called it the Berkshires. Did you also have what they called Ramah time, where they switch the clocks on you an hour?
No,
Or
what
no?
is that?
You get there and they switch the clocks so that you have more daylight during the day. You get there and you're on camp time.
That's
what they
weather
do.
control.
Yes, that's the Jews. But we both went to a Ramah, and I was telling you that I actually went on, it's called Ramah Seminar, where all of the Ramahs meet up in Israel for a summer. You're like 16 years old, really horny, like that's like the peak of camp. And you go to Israel, and I actually happened to be in Israel the same year as your brother. He's a year younger than me, Ben, but you guys go, I think you're 15, we go and we're 16.
Right. I
And-
actually didn't go, but I was
Oh,
like the
you
only
missed-
one of my siblings who didn't get to go on seminar.
Oh, you missed a great summer.
I know.
That is a-
I
that is a
still
great
regret
summer.
it.
What is seminar? You mean
sorry.
like seminary? Is
They
that
just
like
call it Ramah
No.
Seminar.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
why
not-
it's called seminary. Is what like theological school, right?
which
Yeah, like-
doesn't sound too different than what you guys were doing.
It's not like
Olivia?
you go sure, like we're praying, but we're also hanging, we're eating, tons of eating. You're going to Masada, you're eating. You're going to the Dead Sea, you're buying naot, you're eating. That's all you're doing. It's just like you're eating across Israel. But I went with Ben,
Right.
and we weren't close, but
Okay.
I had known him, and we certainly weren't enemies. And he comes out with this comedy special, or the special at the Beacon, excuse me.
Yeah, like his
And-
solo concert thing.
His solo concert. And my wife is watching it, and she calls me. She's like, Ben, you went on Ramah Seminar with Ben Platt, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, he just said that a kid named Ben outed him as gay on Ramah Seminar. And I said, that was not me. Different Ben. Ben is a very common name on Ramah Seminar, not me.
I'm dying to know this because obviously the great Platt family, a group of just real Jewish excellence, let's be honest.
Oh, that's very kind.
And Ben, incredibly talented, famous. I always love to think about people before they broke, before they made it, before they entered the lexicon. So Ben, I ask you, Ben S., I ask about Ben P. Did you see glimpses of greatness? Was he in the Kugel line at lunch? And you were like, that kid's headed for the stars.
I just remember him being funny. No, I didn't see that. No, I remembered him being nice and funny.
There probably
Nice and
wasn't much opportunity for show tunes and performances at Masada.
No, there weren't. None. But no, I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't there. I'm sure.
No,
it was
no.
there.
Well, I mean, it was for him. It was from very young age, performing. All of us. So I have 4 siblings.
And you're all really talented.
We're all singers, and we all did musical theater growing up. My parents, part of what brought them together in college was their shared love of musical theater. So they raised us
Wow.
all on it, and we were doing backyard musicals and after-school musicals and all that stuff. All 5 of us from a very, very young age.
And then when your dad becomes like this formidable producer when it comes to musicals and movies and all these different things, is there like pressure to join the family business?
I wouldn't say pressure, no. If anything, the opposite. No pressure at all. Like, please do what makes you happy. Do your own thing. My sisters have nothing to do with the business and their careers. And my youngest brother works like in music, not performing really or movies or anything like that. But you know, the family business, when it's whether you're a producer or a plumber, like whatever you're around is sort of in the water. So I think it's obviously natural that at least two of us gravitated in that direction.
I mean, Ben's the son of a caterer. You should see his chopping skills. You've never seen mince plots like this.
Gravitated
We
towards
call
it.
him Benny Mince Plots.
I don't look like this for no reason, my friend. And this is me down 60 pounds post Ozempic. So it's certainly in your blood.
How's
It's in
that
your
going?
blood.
How's the Ozempic thing?
Great.
You
Love
look
it.
great.
I mean, I feel great. I think it's a miracle drug. I can't stop talking about it. Whoever I meet, I talk about Ozempic. I love it. Even though I'm now not on Ozempic. I'm on, what am I on, Josh?
Moonjaro.
Mounjaro. Mounjaro. Yeah, I was on Ozempic. I then went off it. Me and my wife tried to have a child. BH. He's coming in 2 months.
Amazing.
And
Couldn't
Jonah,
get back
too.
in the Ozempic groove. What'd you say?
Jonah's got a baby coming in
Ooh.
May as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, amazing.
It's
Wow.
our third. I know it's your first.
But still, congrats. That
Thank
is
you very
what-
much. Thank you.
Both of our Memorial Day plans are pretty
They're
out the
done
window.
for.
I think
Yeah.
they're out the window. But yeah, and now it's Mounjaro.
Mounjaro.
It's doing great.
I was in Mexico recently, and in the airport, you know, they have these incredible pharmacies, and there was just refrigerators full of Ozempic that anybody could come and
How cool
purchase.
is that?
I love an airport drug kiosk. Like
this was
Josh.
this
Have you
was
seen? Are you
bigger
familiar?
than a kiosk? This was a
But
full.
in Mexico, Ben, you can get the drug kiosk is great to get all your CVS essentials. But in Mexico, they're like, oh, these psycho Americans are going to want to take some Vicodins on the plane.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they got it.
you
all.
think I don't know? I've been in those Mexican drug kiosks, and I have bought 6 months worth of Ozempic for my father because it's cheaper than going if you don't have insurance.
There you go.
But did you taste any of the wares of Ozempic, or as they call it in Mexico, Ozempic?
What do you mean? I don't think I
Did
can
you try it
hear What did-
yourself, or was it
Oh,
just
of
for Dad?
course. Of course. No, of course. I try it's
Was there a
He's
difference
fine.
between
It
the
was name
Mexican
brand-
blend and
it was-
the American
no,
blend?
name brand, just on the back. It was also in Spanish. It's all good.
Love.
Perfect, Josh. It's perfect.
Let's all compare the drug haul that we would take from Mexico if we were there right now. I'll start. Xanax. Well, you know, we've started this sort of tradition. For Hanukkah, we had the great Robbie Hoffman on the podcast.
Nice.
Brilliant comedian, grew up Orthodox, and we wanted to talk about, you know, our pod, we just embrace and love the Jewish holidays. So, you know, we have Passover coming up, a great marquee holiday for the Jews.
Mhm.
Yes.
Jonah, I mean, let's start talking Passover, shall we?
I would love nothing more.
Yes. What was it like growing up for you kids?
Well, first and foremost, I need you both to recline. I'm reclining. And on
That's right.
Passover, we recline. So get in a more reclined position.
Yes.
We need
We want it
pillows.
to look as terrible on video as possible. Okay, good. Now we're reclined. What was Passover like? Passover was terrible. Passover is the worst holiday when you're a kid. You can't eat anything, right? It's
Yeah.
all matzah.
Yeah.
For a big fat fatty, you're clogged for 2 weeks, Josh. You're just eating this clogging matzah. Like, it's unbelievable. I didn't shit the whole month of April for the first 16 years of my life. But my dad did make something delicious. I'm sure, Jonah, you're familiar. Matzah brai.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does he make a matzah brai that would knock your socks off? So good.
First, let's talk about the story of Passover, because it's a good one. There have been plenty of movies about it, I think.
I can think of two.
Yeah.
Rugrats being one.
Well, Rugrats is like the classic, the best version of the Passover story is the Rugrats episode. And then there's the Ten Commandments, Charlton Heston,
Shout
and there's
out.
Prince of Egypt, the animated.
Yes.
Yes.
That's basically it, as far as I'm
we were
aware.
slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt,
Yep.
and then we weren't. That's the story.
You know, you skipped over all the drama.
Yeah,
there was some drama.
There was
There was
10 plagues, famously.
There were. There were.
wrought upon the Egyptian people.
Now, let's start it at the beginning. So
All
this is the intro. This is the Moses origin story, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So he goes, the Jews are enslaved by Pharaoh. Moses goes, "I'll middleman. I got
Yes.
this."
Well,
And
you're skipping like the origin of the origin.
the
like
Nile?
Yeah.
we
I
have
mean,
big
like,
issues with this
Let's
farce,
talk about
this
this.
fakakta wicker basket that somehow floated for miles. Go for it, Joe.
Well, I mean, you just said it. So that all the Jewish kids were getting killed, I think. So they had to hide this Jewish baby boy. So his mom put him in a wicker basket,
Right.
set him down the Nile, and he was discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, Batya, I think is her name, and she's like a hero, and brought him in and raised. Moses was raised as like a Egyptian prince, and it's when he sees a slave master beating down a Jewish slave, he like stays his hand and shows himself to be a person of integrity and great character, and then the rest begins from there.
So Batia was telling Moses the whole time, "You're Jewish."
I don't think so. I actually don't know
No.
when he discovers he's Jewish. Maybe Ben
Yeah,
knows.
no, he didn't know. He
Yeah.
didn't know.
Ever?
Maybe he didn't know until the burning bush.
Yeah, I don't know when he found out, but he didn't find out early. That I know for
the
sure.
first thing the bush said is, "Hey, you're a Jew."
Wow. The burning bush was the original internet comment.
Right. That's right.
Wow.
But back to the wicker basket, because Josh and I recently spoke about this. Do you not take issue with Moses not drowning in the Nile, being in a wicker basket in water?
Well, I think, there's like tar or something underneath that, like, there's like a sealant
There you go.
that goes under the basket. Yep.
There you go. There you go. But then there are these 10 plagues
Oh, yeah.
that hit. We got blood. We got frogs. We got vermin.
Let my people go. Him and his brother Aaron. We can't forget Aaron. Shout out to Aaron.
Aaron, that's the 2 A's?
Yeah.
I got a big
Double
issue
A.
with this name. What are you trying to prove? Aaron?
Aaron.
That said, if you just wrote Aaron with 1 A, it looks wrong.
It does look weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Aaron, but I get it. But Aaron is not good either. It's a terrible name, honestly.
Well, maybe because in
Terrible name.
Hebrew it's like Aharon, and then when
Aharon.
you try to write it in English,
Yes.
you throw that second A in there.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is your Hebrew name Jonah just Jonah?
It's Yonah,
Yonah.
which means
Yonah, that's a
dove.
Great one. Beautiful.
Dove.
Beautiful. I'm Ben
A symbol of
Sion,
peace. What are you, Ben
Sions.
Sion?
Son of God. Yes,
Ooh.
I'm Jesus. I would have been Benjamin, but my dad took Benjamin. His name is Bruce. But Benjamin is normal for Ben. Josh, what's
It
your
is.
Hebrew name?
Yeshua. Jesus.
God, that's gorgeous.
Shout out.
Yeshua. We should, for the rest of this episode, Yeshua, Yonah, and Ben Sion. We no longer.
Hold on, I just got a live update. We've got 11 listeners left. Let's try to get rid of all of them by the end of the episode.
3 bomb threats to Dear Media.
So he starts sending these plagues, right? And then the biggie comes, right? He goes, "Don't make me do number 10," right?
Number 10 is, it's pretty abominable. It's the death of all the firstborn Egyptian
Yes.
children.
Yes.
But the angel of death knows not to kill the Jewish children because they put lamb's blood on their door posts,
Right.
and that's where you get the Passover, because the angel passes over those homes as it goes
Sick.
to murder a bunch of children.
What a
How-
story.
How
So violent.
Ben and I
It
over
is.
Rosh Hashanah, Ben was teaching me about the golden calf and the whole
Mhm.
thing.
Which we just read. Like that parsha was like last week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And I always feel like all of this as a pretty secular Jew that it's all allegory, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all created in a way in which to just help people understand morals and values and lessons. And how literal do you think these things are?
I'm with you. I and we know, like, scholarship has shown this was written by, like, the Torah is written by guys like scribes over many decades of ancient times. So I feel like you. I feel like it's about learning morals and lessons, and yeah, exactly what you said. I can't take that stuff literally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just me. There are plenty of people who do, but I'm not one of them.
Ben, are you one of them?
I don't take it all. I don't take it all. Thank you very much for addressing me by my given name. I don't take it all literally. I think that that to me, to think that the Torah hasn't been touched in 4,000 years would be a little crazy. But I do think that there's got to be some truth in some of these stories.
That's
but
fair.
I do think that the main overall goal, regardless of truth or not, is to pull the way that you should lead your life and pull traditions from, whether they're stories or truth or whatever it may be. But that reading it and understanding it and living by it does lead to a great structured life.
I think you're right in that it's got to be somewhat based on reality, because like across religions, you see similar stories. Like so many different peoples have the flood story.
Right.
In the Jews, it's Noah and the ark, but then you have, indigenous tribes who have like flood stories at the same time. So there must have been stuff that happened that everybody kind of noticed, but then, everybody extrapolated and expanded in their own ways.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Koala. There are tons of amazing things that have come out of Australia. The Hemsworth brothers, Uggs, need I say more? But my new favorite Aussie export that's finally available in the US is the Koala soft bed. Because folks, this bed is it. Gorgeous, beautiful colors. Their design is fantastic. It's so unbelievably comfortable. This bed is it. Let me tell you a little bit about it, okay? It's seriously comfortable. Koala makes the most comfortable mattress, and the sofa beds actually use their mattress technology inside. A good sofa bed, need I say more? Beautiful colors and options. No uncomfortable metal frames. Tool-free assembly, that's key. Perfect for small spaces. No need for a guest room. Koala's sofa bed comes in 3 sizes to fit smaller spaces because we're all so skinny, eco-friendly, and ethical. They are B Corp certified and proud members of the 1% for the planet. They have donated more than $6.5 million to environmental causes like the World Wildlife Foundation. We love the wildlife, so do they. Free shipping and free returns, no delivery or restocking fees, and 120-night risk-free trial, nearly 4 months to make sure it's the perfect fit for you and your home. So folks, need I say more? Upgrade your space with the most stylish, customizable, and elevated sofa bed available. To get $100 off your new sofa plus fast shipping, go to us.koala.com/good. That's u.s.koala.com/good to get $100 off your new sofa. Koala, comfy, easy, sustainable. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Nutrafol. Folks, we're in our 30s. It is what it is. We're dying. No, I'm just kidding. We're just losing a little bit of our hair. We are losing a little bit of our hair. Maybe some shedding. I don't know. Maybe some spots. It is what it is. It's only a problem if you don't do anything about it. Okay? Have you ever looked over at somebody that used to have just such luscious locks and thought to yourself, damn, they really let themselves go? Well, they did. They did. They should have been taking Nutrafol because your hair is so much more important than what you see in the mirror, okay? From stress and nutrition to hormones to lifestyle, so many internal factors affect what you see on the outside. That's deep. With Nutrafol's science-backed, whole-body approach, nourish growth from within and achieve your best hair yet. That's what you can expect from Nutrafol, because Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth simply doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas for men and women that are all tailored to different life stages, such as postpartum or menopause, and lifestyle factors such as plant-based lifestyles, so you can get just what you specifically need. Building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20%. You'll have access to free consultations, and a Headspace meditation membership is included. How cool is that? So start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code GoodGuys10. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutra. Nutrafol.com, promo code GoodGuys10. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GoodGuys10. There are artifacts that back up some of the stories.
Right.
But yes, the Noah's Ark of it all is pretty difficult for me to personally get behind, that they were able to get 2 of every single animal on one ark.
That doesn't sound plausible to you?
It sounds like a bit of a stretch, Yona. A bit of a stretch.
A bit of a stretch.
And what about creepy crawlies, right? Like 2 millipedes? Yick.
Yeah,
No thanks.
No thanks. And like the fact that the elephant didn't step on them, like they survived transit. No.
Yeah.
No way.
Very hard to buy.
Impossible.
What about, okay, so
You just see a monkey grab the millipede, and Noah's like, "No!"
yeah, they all got to be eating half of it.
Yeah, they're hungry.
Yeah,
They're hungry.
So what? Okay, so now the Pharaoh goes, all right, fine, go. You win, take them, go. Let's introduce where matzah came from, right? Because that was it was really the first to-go meal.
Yeah, they had no
unleavened.
time. They had to run because they didn't want to wait for Pharaoh to change his mind.
Yes.
So they took their bread before it had risen at all, apparently, and now we eat flat crackers that clog you up for a month.
They clog you up for a month. Are you a fan of shmura matzah, or you're a regular matzah man? And for those that are still listening, shmura is a very burnt circle matzah versus the regular matzah that you'd get in a square is a regular matzah, but the real hardcore Jews eat shmura.
And the shmara matzah is somehow even flatter than the regular matzah.
It's awful. I don't understand why people do this. It's so burnt. It's so like burnt. The top of burnt toast. If you were to take a piece of toast,
That's right.
and you were to try to remove the burn and just eat that pile of dust, that is shmura matzah.
I enjoy like one bite of it per holiday season, but I'm not, I'm not making the sandwich with it. I'm not melting the cheese on it. I'm not doing anything else.
Because it makes you feel a certain way, Yona and Yoshua. It makes you feel like you're in the story.
Yeah, a little bit. I also like, a little helping of that burnt cardboard flavor is nice to like break up the just, straight cracker that you're eating repeatedly for days.
What's your go-to with matzah?
Like the best version of matzah is matzah pizza, in my opinion.
For sure.
I
You
don't
go oven or microwave?
Oh, I think microwave because I haven't had in my past, but now that I own an air fryer situation, it's going to be in the air fryer. I will say I went to my high school here in LA would serve matzah pizza in the cafeteria during Passover.
Wow.
But they would serve pepperoni matzah pizza.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Amazing. People actually love it. It was so annoying because the non-Jewish kids would be like, "Oh, matzah pizza is so great." I'd be like, "Try eating it for 8 days in a row. It sucks."
Yeah.
but they loved it. It was like, delicious cracker,
Novelty.
melted cheese. Novelty.
I love that we can't ever acknowledge that something is good. Like we always have this complex that everything has to be bad. It's like, what do you mean you like matzah pizza? It's terrible. We endure pain for 2 weeks. Like
the bread of affliction.
Yeah, matzah pizza is delicious.
Okay, so now we've got the matzah. We're traveling. It didn't have time to leaven, so it got baked in the sun. The bread is now this thin little cracker. But of course, Pharaoh now he's got second thoughts. He's in his hypocritical era. He goes, you know what? No, I want him back. So he sends the forces to go get them. Yes.
Yep. All the chariots.
Yes.
And they come to the sea, and God parts the Red Sea so that the Israelites can walk through it. And then as soon as those chariots come in, he closes it up, and there's more mass murder of Egyptians.
Oh my God.
And their horses.
And their
All
horses.
of them gone.
Now, current day, what does our Passover Seders look like? Because I did bring up some fun facts about Passover because it is fun. And,
It's fun.
And here are a couple of those 30 facts you didn't know about Passover. And this is from
Okay.
Good Housekeeping. So
They know a lot about the Jewish holidays over there.
The meaning of its name is quite literal.
Yeah.
Households were passed over as the 10th plague hit Egypt. The story can be found in the Bible.
We're crushing these facts so far.
It's one of the oldest holidays at over 3,500 years old.
Okay.
The Last Supper is believed to have been a Passover Seder.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
3 out of the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, describe Jesus' last meal as occurring during Passover. I wonder who found the Afikomen. And it's considered the most popular Jewish holiday. Here's a picture of Kathy Lee Gifford.
Well, if she's doing it.
It said that 23% of people surveyed said they attend religious services, but 70% said that they do take part in a Passover Seder. And let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good way to start. The length of Passover Seders vary. Boys, take it away. How long are your Passover Seders?
Depends on where I go. If I go to my dad's brother's house, we're done in under an hour. If I go to my sister's boyfriend's family, we're at 4 hours. It depends on how religious you are, how much you want to just eat. But these Seders can go deep into the night if you let them. They can go deep into the night.
Yeah. My family Seders have always had so many children at them. So they've, like, my whole life, there's just been children everywhere. So they can't go for too long because the kids can't hack it. You know, kids got to go to bed. So I'd say, I don't know, like somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, including dinner, including arrival, including searching for Afikomen.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
You know,
that's nice.
That's a nice evening.
Respectful amount of time. It is.
I got to say, I find this rude when people send text messages like this, but I appreciate it when they go, the party will be from 6 to 9. And you just know there's like a hard out.
That's nice. You
It's-
can plan your evening around it.
I think
I love it.
I think there should be a big clock like at Madison Square Garden. Like,
Counting down.
yes,
Yeah.
started at 3 hours, and we know that by the last 15 minutes, get your coat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And if somebody gets up to go, no more of this, oh, so soon, then what do you expect them to do? Okay? They're now going to sit with you for more time after they clearly expressed that they wanted to leave, Josh? Oh, so soon? No. If they're getting up to leave.
This sounds
That's
like
it.
you leave things early a lot, is what I'm getting from this.
Me too.
So soon?
It's so good.
Ben, you've been at dinner for 45 minutes. So soon? Yeah, I'm tired. We talked. We ate. We're done. Like,
It's
we're
enough.
done.
Well,
We're
soon, Ben,
done.
you're going to have the babysitter excuse. So you're going to be
Yes.
able to get out of there whenever you need to.
Great. Yes, I need another excuse.
Yeah.
Always need a good excuse.
Okay, so then major tenets of Passover, you're supposed to recline because we made it. It's a bit of a celebratory meal.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to drink, right?
Oh, yeah.
Get a little
Yes.
sauce.
Four
sauced up.
cups of wine.
Yes.
Here's a nice tip. Something I like to do is I'll do like a wine progression through the night. Like start with a sparkling, then go to a white, then go to a light
Ooh.
red, then do a heavy red or like a dessert wine for number 4.
A port.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, an aperitif.
Well, that would be the.
Is that before?
Yeah,
I don't know.
digestive is the second one.
I'm 17 years sober. The fuck do I know? I got nothing.
Fair.
A digestif. Got
There you go.
it.
Yeah, so that's a fun little tip. Spice up your Seder.
Okay, last couple questions because everyone wants to know. So then we hide matzah for the kids
Mhm.
so that they have to find it. It's called the Afikomen. By the way, what is that tradition? Or was that just like in the 1700s, someone said, let's add some fun?
I don't know. Do you know, Jonah?
I don't know. I know the word Afikomen is Greek. That's my one fun fact about
really?
Afikomen. That's all I know.
And it sounded better than go find the tzatziki.
Did you guys get prizes as kids for finding the Afikomen?
Stone cold cash.
Yeah,
It
hard
ranged
cash.
from,
Cashish.
it ranged from a gold $1 coin to a
Oh.
$5 bill, depending on how cheap the guy was. I'm just saying, may he rest in peace. Great uncle, genius with the gold dollars.
Yeah, that's a
because
cool
you feel
one.
like you're getting a lot, but you're getting a buck. Genius.
It's like getting treasure.
It's also like a $2 bill, which Josh and I love.
Love
If
a
you
$2 bill.
You could easily tip a 2 in lieu of a 5 anytime you want.
I agree. It's just the novelty, the magic of the two.
Just the novelty.
It's tipping arbitrage.
Yes.
I don't know what that word means. I've just been dying to use it.
No, that was properly used. We should start trying it, Josh, with $50. See how far we can get by tipping 50
I don't think I've seen a $50 in like 20 years.
Do you like John F. Kennedy, friend?
Yeah. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Booking.com. Yeah. Spring is here, folks, which means that we're out of hibernation mode, baby. We're going traveling. I don't know where we're going. Maybe we're going to the beach. Maybe we're going to the mountains. Maybe we're going to a pool. Who knows? Wherever I'm going, though, I'm booking on Booking.com because of their wide variety of stays. There's something for anyone, wherever you want to go. If you want a 5-star resort, if you want a 3-star motel, whatever floats your boat, you can find it on Booking.com. Oh, and did I mention that Booking.com is again the official accommodation partner of the MLB? How cool is that? When I go to a baseball game, one of my favorite parts is the whole stadium singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I love it. Of course, my voice is better than everybody else's, and everybody honestly should pipe down and just let me sing it. But folks, I was so excited about Booking.com being the official accommodation partner that I wrote my own version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, brought to you by Booking.com. Are you ready? Take me out of the city, somewhere less dirty and loud. Get me a cabana by the pool, a 5-star meal that'll make me drool. So it's book your next hotel. If you don't go, it's a shame. So it's room, suite, apartment for your next great stay. You didn't think I could hit that high note at the end. You didn't think so. You didn't trust me. But trust me that you should be booking your next vacation on Booking.com. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Book today on the Booking.com site or app. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Booking.com wants to help make you a fan of any U.S. city with a chance to win $1,000 in Booking.com travel credit. Head to the Booking.com Instagram page at Booking.com and check out our sweepstakes for more details. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by DraftKings. The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventure with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. Plus, new players can get their losses back up to $1,000 in casino credits on their first day. Just sign up with code GOODGUYS and start playing to get up to $1,000 in casino credits back with a minimum $5 net loss. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Losses back for 24 hours up to $1,000 in non-withdrawable casino credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos.
So the little kids get the matzah.
I find it.
And then who is this Elijah and why can we not stop talking about him?
Well, we save a seat for Elijah. Eliyahu Hanavi.
Nice.
Eliyahu Hatishvi. Eliyahu Hanavi. Now, I know the song, but I don't remember why we save a seat for Elijah.
Yeah, I don't
Jonah?
know why he gets this seat of honor either. I'm trying to I know you leave out a cup of wine for him that he's supposed to come and drink, and he's supposed to be a guest at your Seder, but I don't know why him.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I know he he went away from this mortal life in like a blaze of fire. Like he flew like a chariot of fire into the sky is how he became this like prophet spirit. That's all I remember about
He's
him.
the patron saint of the flaky. They may come, they may not. They
50-50.
deserve representation.
It's honestly very Santa Claus. It's very leaving out cookies and milk for Santa.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Who was also invented by Jews, just so we're all on the same page. But
He was?
The whole idea of Santa was invented by Jews, unless that's just like an anti-Semitic trope.
I think so.
I thought Santa, like as we know, was invented by like American marketing firms.
I thought it was like.
Did I just spew an anti-Semitic trope?
I think you may have.
I thought it
Holy
was like
shit.
Swedish or Norwegian.
Yeah, they have like Sinterklaas,
Yeah.
like over there.
Sinterklaas was definitely an anti-Semite, just so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinterklaas is like the thing of nightmares for the Jewish children in the villages.
But then wasn't there Chris Kringle? Here's a more detailed look at the origins of Santa Claus. The modern figure of Santa Claus has roots in 4th century Christian saint, Saint Nicholas, a Greek bishop known for his generosity and kindness, particularly towards children, and his affinity for yummy cookies. No, I just added that last part.
Okay.
Wow. But you know what? I was referring to the modern characterization of Santa as like with
Sure.
fat, with the beard and the red suit and all that stuff. But that guy sounds really nice. That's Saint Nicholas.
And Sinterklaas and the Dutch, who settled in New Amsterdam, and then you ever think the elves wanted to form a union?
They probably
Yes.
have one.
Yes. They for sure.
That's got to be organized labor.
It should be.
It should be.
They live
should
on
be.
site.
Yeah.
There's
They
no,
need more rights.
Where are they
need
going to
more
blow
rights.
steam off in the North Pole?
Do they get a hiatus, or are they working year round?
And is it just is their holiday pay, or is it kind of like, dude, it's assumed?
I think that they only get paid during that time period. I think they're worked to the bone. We need a dark elf movie. Very dark.
And who makes the elves their toys, right? What do they do?
Wow.
Think about that. right?
Deep questions. Deep.
How was it treated with you guys growing up? Was it just a non-thing?
It was a non-thing, but we want like I had a Christian babysitter, so she introduced us to all the amazing animated Christmas movies like Frosty and Rudolph and all that stuff. You know, the Jewish kids always, you wish you had Christmas. Christmas is awesome. Everybody's doing it. It's magical. But we didn't get to participate. But luckily, my wife, who converted to Judaism, we do Christmas every year now with her family. So I get the best of both worlds.
So
Full
I love
Jew
that.
and full Christmas.
That's so cool. My
My
wife's
kids-
Irish Catholic. We get
There
it
you go.
all.
There you go.
So fun.
My kids get presents for days and days and days. We get the Hanukkah presents, the Christmas presents. It's just like a win-win for everybody.
Yeah.
It took me a second though. Like when I first came into her family, I had such a strong aversion because it was like the most not Jewish thing in the world is Christmas.
Mm.
And I was like, I couldn't get it. And I couldn't buy into it and it felt weird. And then actually her dad was like, you know that feeling when you're a kid and you're on your way to Disneyland? That's Christmas. And
I was
like,
going to say,
oh, okay, like that I can understand.
it's interesting. When I think of Christmas, I just think of American. Like it just feels like a very American holiday to me. Like my wife loves Christmas and she's about as Jewish as it gets.
Yeah, I was
Like she
on
loves
my
Christmas time, the Rockettes, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it just becomes a part of society.
on my pod. One of my guests was the kid of Holocaust survivors, and they had a Christmas tree because it was American, and they wanted to feel like when they moved to this country, they wanted to be all American, and
Yeah.
Americans had Christmas trees, and they were like, hell yeah, we're American too.
Love that. I need a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. I've now had one for the last 3 years since we had a house. My wife gets one and does it up, and it just is, it's lovely.
It's lovely.
And who breaks it down and how long do you wait to break it down, Josh?
That tree is out of our house. It arrives at our house Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
Is it a real tree?
real tree always?
Beautiful.
And it is out of our house by noon, December 25th.
Oh, wow.
Gone.
It gone.
It's
Wow.
gone. She doesn't want to
Day
see
of?
it.
I mean, do you open the presents in the morning, like under the tree, and then trees out?
Trees out.
Wow.
It's like unacceptable. Get rid of it. Get rid of the wreaths. Get rid of the get rid of the. Is that right?
Yeah.
Get rid of the adornment where the stockings are above the fireplace. Gone.
We do not
This
linger.
is too quick. This is too quick.
That
Can we
feels
leave
a
it
little
through
fast.
Can we leave it through the new year?
No,
That's way too long.
but plenty of people do that, Ben. But no, to my wife, she's like, it's unacceptable.
Wow. Okay. I trust Paige on this topic.
Yeah,
That is quick.
What are we going to do? Say no.
So we're asking these like nice Christians to come in on Christmas and pick up the tree. It's very dark.
It's so funny that you think we invite Christians in to pick up our tree.
You toss it.
Like the Jews have a service.
Yeah.
No, you toss it. I told you, I did a What Are You Nuts on this. It is the greatest Christian privilege I've ever seen, this idea that you get to throw your tree, a massive thing, on the street, and somehow, some way, someone picks it up.
Yes, we did talk about that.
That's what we do.
That's nice.
Someone, and I see it like throughout the week after Christmas, every couple of days, I'll see 2, 3, 10 trees, and somehow, some way, the garbage people just pick up a tree.
We have a fake tree that, so like as I said, I was very Christmas averse. So my wife wanted to decorate because that's like just tradition for her, and she loved that growing up. But we had to find the medium that worked for the two of us. So we have this, like, our color scheme is like white and silver and gold and that kind of like wintry situation, more so than the red, green, fir tree, reds. Like we have white stockings with like menorahs on them. And so our tree is this like silver, leafless, wintry looking tree that we reuse every year. Yeah. You know,
I'm now thinking, since you said it, Josh, about this service run by Jews for Christians. We pick up your tree Christmas Day. We go into your house. We dispose of it. We collect on the recycling. It's genius. This
Pretty
is
good.
Genius, Josh.
Great.
Okay. Fine. I'll start with somebody else. You don't seem enthused. Jonah?
I'm trying
Jonah?
I'm like trying to think of a clever name for it.
I don't know. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Marley Spoon. Folks, it's busy being a celebrity. Sometimes, you get home, you have this reputation for being a celebrity chef, but you don't want to cook anything. You don't want to cook anything because you're tired. You've had a long day. Sometimes it's just a little bit overwhelming, so you want to order in, but then you order in and everything tastes like crap, or everything takes a long time to come, or it's $2 literally million. That's when I found Marley Spoon, and it's genuinely changed the way that I cook at home because it is so much easier. And I'm genuinely excited about Marley Spoon because it's helping me fast track my way to eating well without all of the stress. And with my code GOODGUYS, you can get up to 27 free meals. And for those nights when you need dinner like yesterday, Marley Spoon's new 15-minute express recipes are exactly what they sound like. Convenient, delicious, and on the table in minutes. You'll find these on every weekly menu. And if you've got a few extra minutes, they have some great 20-minute options too. My favorite hack, their sheet pan dinners. Literally throw everything on one pan and boom, you're done. Same with their tray bakes. And they even include the tray. My favorite recent meal was their herb roasted salmon. It was fantastic, not fishy at all, absolutely delicious. And I love my omega-3s. If you're really in a hurry, Marley Spoon also has delicious ready-to-heat meals. These are lifesavers. I'm telling you, the celebrity life, it is what it is. It's busy. And sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. So these ready-to-heat meals are fantastic. Overall, I just love Marley Spoon because of how ridiculously easy they make everything. Sometimes we're not in the mood to go to the grocery store, shop all these items. Sometimes that's really fun, right, when you have the time, but sometimes you simply don't have the time, but you still want great meals that you can make at home quickly, or meals that are just ready to heat quickly because we're hungry, we're growing boys, and we need food. This year, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/goodguys and use code GOODGUYS for up to 27 free meals. That's right, up to 27 free meals with Marley Spoon. One last time, that's marleyspoon.com/offer/goodguys for up to 27 free meals. And make sure you use my promo code GOODGUYS so they know I sent you.
Should we get to a speak pipe?
Yeah, please.
All right, so speak pipe is we take calls or advice from people who have questions for us. They need advice. If you want to leave us a message, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. Keep it brief. Brevity is key. We don't want your Woody and Nutses. We don't love them. Let's hear from Aaliyah.
Hi, good guys. Fellow moron here.
Fandom.
I had a question for you, Ben. I wonder if when you have your precious little baby, BH, will you let them eat non-kosher? Being that Claudia is more kosher, you guys grew up more kosher. Coming from somebody who grew up quite kosher, was pretty religious, went to Stern College for Women, but married a nice non-Jewish man. Still gonna raise my kids Jewish, still very much traditional, but I don't keep kosher, other than no pork. But I'm like, well, feels weird though to serve it to my children, my future children one day, BH. Because I didn't eat it growing up. And so, yeah, I just wonder, what's your take on it? Have you thought about that? Will you feed them non-kosher meats? Will you let them mix? Do you mix? Anyway, you get the gist. Thanks, guys. Love you both. Love you all. Oh, and love you, Olivia. Your laugh just lights me up every time I listen. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Bye.
What a
Did not
gorgeous
get the
question.
brevity memo.
No,
Yeah, no, very long.
they
very
never
long.
do. They never do. They
Very
all
long.
think they're fascinating.
Very long. Great question. I will say that I hope
Oh, sorry.
BH.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh God, this is horrible. Sorry. Okay, and go Ben. Sorry.
I hope BH, when my son comes, first of all, this is not going to be a problem until he's eating solid foods, which will be years down the road anyways.
It's in 4 months. At 4 months,
like,
they start on solid.
Years
but you're-
down the road.
Years down the road. Ben, are you
You're
okay?
feeding him chicken? You're feeding him chicken in 4 months?
Baby-led feeding. You give them a chicken drumstick and just let them kind of gnaw on it when they're super young.
So then I have a lot to learn. My house is strictly kosher meat, so that won't be a problem early on. I do think that there is something to being too strict that pushes somebody in the opposite direction,
Mm-hmm.
which is what she's describing. The fact that she went to Stern College for Women, which is an offshoot of Yeshiva University, which is where I went, and is now asking these questions. Like I recall, like I went to Jewish day school, Jonah. So
Me too.
I would wake up in the morning and I would have to wrap tefillin every single morning. And for a long period of time, that made me not want to wrap tefillin ever
Totally.
again in my life.
Yep.
And because I'm a spiritual person, I was able to bring myself back into loving Judaism, but I still don't wrap to this day. And I think I would be wrapping if I wasn't forced to wrap. So there's something to setting structure, but then letting them explore and not coming down. I'm never going to be that parent that's like, I can't believe you ate non-kosher. I would never do that, ever. But I am going to do my best to always keep a kosher home. And I hope that having children will make me be a little bit better with kashrut, because Josh and I joke all the time that I'm struggling with it for sure. I've been far more kosher in my life than I am right now. And it's hard for me, especially like I cook a lot on Instagram and everybody's like, why the fuck didn't you put cheese on that? So then I put cheese on it and then people say, oh, you're not kosher anymore. It's like, well, I'm trying to make things that are interesting.
You can't please everyone.
But isn't the freedom in saying, and I'm open, this is just my thought.
Yeah.
And so tell me, because I know I give Ben a hard time about this. Kosher is, I think it's like you can't be a little pregnant. Like if you are kosher, you abide by this dietary set of laws. You can only kosher meat.
I disagree.
I disagree too. I feel like there's a spectrum.
I disagree vehemently.
Okay, but what I'm asking is, if the only thing you subscribe to in totality of, in quotes, kosher is you don't eat pork.
Yeah.
But you mix meat and cheese, you eat at non-kosher restaurants, you eat non-kosher meat if you're out sometimes, then to claim kosher it's a misnomer.
I'll give two examples. The first is that's like saying that somebody who's Reform is not Jewish. You're saying you're Jewish, right? But by being Jewish, you're supposed to be subscribing to every single law, technically, right? But we have varying degrees of Judaism, and everybody's always trying to It's this idea.
But I wouldn't
Judaism,
say I'm Orthodox. No, I disagree with you. I wouldn't say I'm Orthodox, except I don't do 80% of it.
And I wouldn't
That's
say
what
that
I'm
I'm
saying.
And I wouldn't say that I. And I
is
wouldn't
a
say that I'm
dietary set of laws, and if you're not subscribing to over 3/4 of it, I don't think you can call yourself kosher.
You could say you adhere to certain aspects of being kosher. You know, it's like unless you're somebody who follows letter of the law, everything, the reason you would keep kosher is to like, it's a reminder every day in something that you're doing that you're Jewish. That's
and
like
to do your best. Like that's what kosher is to me, is a constant reminder that God exists. And if I had the will to, I would be completely kosher. That is a dream. A dream would be to be completely kosher. For me, I can't do it. I love eating great foods too much. I think that unfortunately, kosher restaurants in the United States stink for the most part. It's non-comparable, Josh. Me and you are going to go to dinner. We're going to go to Peter Luger's. That's going to be the best. It's just going to be a better steak. It's just because I don't have the will. But if I did have the will, I would love to be kosher. And to me, what Judaism is, and the key pillar for Judaism, is always trying to do better. It's a constant reminder that there is, for me, a best version of me. And the best version of me is one that doesn't just have that doesn't subscribe to nothing, that does their best. Right now, I'm at the place where I am mixing milk with meat. I still don't eat any shellfish. I don't eat any pig product.
Here's how I look at it, because I grew up what I feel like was kosher, very kosher, certainly compared to what I am now, which was milk plates, meat plates, never mixing, no pork, no seafood, only kosher meat in the house. But when we would go out, we could eat meat out. So like I could go to McDonald's and have a hamburger. Couldn't have a cheeseburger, but I could have a hamburger. So that was really strict. And then in my household, the rules were when you got bar mitzvahed or bat mitzvahed, you could decide for yourself. So like literally the day I turned 13, I was like, I'm getting cheeseburgers immediately. And I've been completely unkosher ever since.
Yeah.
So like comparing where I am now to what I was then, even if I wasn't doing like 100% of the kosher, like we still went out and didn't go to only kosher restaurants, but it was so kosher compared to where I am now, where I felt like, okay, that's being kosher. And what I'm doing now is not really.
Yeah, I guess it's just very, like, I heard someone explain it the other day. I think it was Maddie Matheson was eating in Montreal, like some great Jewish smoked meat with this Chabad rabbi. And he was like, so many of the laws in Judaism are inconvenience to remind us about like the ability in which to be holy, even, in the minutia of our daily lives.
Totally.
Right? So I'm a big fan of people being kosher and like adhering to the laws. Like, I just think there's like, if you're going to live in that 70 to 80% not kosher, like, I don't think that there's a hierarchy of like kosher meat to mixing milk and meat, like one's not as bad as the other. I think it's either all good or all bad, but like, let's not title it. Let's just, again, try to do the best we can, but leave kosher to the ones who are kosher and repping it.
Yeah. Too much kosher fugazi for you.
Yeah, just like rep it. Like, I have a good buddy, my buddy Gabe, who I grew up with, who was Orthodox and kosher. And when he comes here, it gives me a great opportunity to take him to the 3 kosher restaurants I know on Pico.
Yeah.
And we have it and we love it.
PKD.
Yeah, my wife goes like, is Gabe coming over for dinner? I go, of course not. I go, but we love Gabe and he'll come over and talk to the kids and they'll be like, cool, what's that keep on your head? And they'll be like, well, let me explain. And it's this wonderful thing that I get. I guess what I'm saying is I look up to Gabe and I think I'm proud of him and I honor his ability in which to be that strict.
Wow.
And
sure.
So
That's
I think he deserves what in my mind kosher is. And I think if you're not adhering to that, you're fabulous and righteous in all your own ways, but maybe leave that moniker to Gabe.
That's fair.
I disagree. But I hear
That's
you.
fair too.
I disagree, but I hear you, because what Jonah described is the quintessential assimilated Jew. It is having a kosher home, growing up with a kosher home, doing your best, but when you're outside, still being American, like being the American Jew. Like, I don't want to not dine with my non-Jewish friends or with my Jewish friends. Like, assimilation is very, very important and a key issue today, and why you'll see very Orthodox Jews, Hasidic Jews, not being a part of the true American culture is because they're forced to eat in restaurants that only they can eat in. And like, my dream It's an unrealistic dream, but like you go to every restaurant and every restaurant is kosher. That forces everybody to adhere to something that they don't believe in. So that doesn't make sense. But I think that the opposite isn't fair either, to say you can only feel really religious and Jewish if you completely cut yourself out from the rest of the world.
I don't think it's a feeling or anything within yourself. Like, I think you should feel amazing. I think you're a spectacular Jew, and I look up to you in many ways of your Judaism, Ben. For me, I'm playing semantics with the word.
Yeah.
And the moniker and title of it.
No, I totally get it. I just, like, the same way you have an opinion, it just doesn't,
like, the
it
idea,
it doesn't sit right with me that Gabe shouldn't, like, in that example, that like, I look up to Gabe, but I also wish that Gabe could have a piece of fish and come out to dinner with me.
Right.
That's
Right.
all.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
in the
Like, I think
example-
it's too strict.
All I know is my wife's a vegan, so she's better kosher than all of us.
Oh,
Know that.
no.
The Irish
Facts,
Catholic
she
girl's
is.
a better vegan than all of us.
That's even worse to me than being kosher.
I know, right? Now that's against God.
That's crazy.
I also want to say very quickly, and then we'll move on. This is a wonderfully spirited debate, which is the key pillar of Judaism.
For sure.
Totally. This was real chavruta right here.
Correct. The key pillar of Judaism is questions and answers.
Should we get to
It's
what are you nuts?
fantastic. Yes.
Our what are you nuts moment of the week is our gripes with people, places, and things, both big and small. Everything's sticking in your craw. No bad answers. Take your time to think of one. Just whatever's annoying you right now. Ben and I will start, so you have time.
Fabulous.
Ben, you want to kick us off?
I was on a flight to Tampa on Thursday, and I watched a little show called Chopped Junior. Ever heard of it? Ever seen it? Okay. This is What Are You Nuts to its core. You're watching 4 9-year-olds get handed a wicker basket filled with shrimp, a chicken pot pie. They're asked to make a full meal. They worked their ass off under pressure. 9-year-olds, 30 minutes. They put it in front of some fat slob who tells them it's overcooked, kicks them off the show. They start to cry. What are you, nuts? These kids are so talented. We put too much pressure on our youth. Chop Junior. What are you, nuts?
My what are you nuts is I saw a post on the internet. There is a doomsday bunker built in Norway by the Oreo company with the recipe for Oreo locked away in it so that, God forbid, the world comes to an end, the recipe for Oreo is safe. To which I'd say, what are you, nuts?
Also, how would they even know that the bunker existed?
Who's going to make the Oreos?
Who's going to find the bunker?
The dumb bunker.
It doesn't make any
Dumb
sense.
bunker. Jonah,
All
what do you
right,
got?
my turn. So we just moved to a new home, and in my wife is amazing at getting shit done, but in the haste to get things done, the kitchen was very randomly unpacked. So, like, to get a plate, I have to search random drawers. I got to look over in the corner. I find the plate. Now, you would think the fork is like right above the plate, but they're not. Then I got to go searching for the fork somewhere else. All the things that I use, like my protein powders or whatever, it's like on a bottom shelf. I'm the old man of the house. I got to bend over. I got to get this stuff out instead of it being at eye level. And I don't know whether to blame my wife or the movers, but like, what are you, nuts? Like, put the things that you use in the places where you are and not like in the bottom and in the corner and in the crazy. I'm not able to feel at home yet in this house because the most basic, like, I need a glass of water. I have to like search around for where a glass might be, and it's not where you think it would be.
Nuts.
What are you?
You need
nuts?
a kitchen organizer.
You just
I'm
need
sure that
it
exists
just-
in LA.
It's just,
kitchen organizer.
It's function. It's like, you can't feel at home if you can't grab a bowl of cereal because you don't know where the spoon is, you don't know where the bowl is, and you don't know where the cereal is.
Get Jonah his protein powder. The guy's in shape. He's got great arms.
Thanks, man.
Jonah, will you plug anything you want to plug?
Sure. I am the second most Jewish podcast this week is my podcast, Being Jewish with Jonah Platt. We have awesome guys like you guys on, guys and gals, and non-Jewish allies on every week to explore the diverse spectrum of contemporary Jewish identity and talk about stuff that's on everybody's minds, but it's for everybody, Jews and non-Jews, and that's always been important and from the beginning.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great pod.
Amazing. Well, Jonah, it was an absolute pleasure. You're
Thank
a mensch. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
And
having
folks, this episode, this Pesach adjacent episode, if not 5 stars, what are you, nuts? Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Watch us on YouTube. Share our clips, Instagram and TikTok. Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We will see you next time.